you need berry pork, and you can get from the Chinese shop, or you can get it from the supermarket. They have a layer of fat and layer of meat, and the fatter you get, of course, they're more juicier, but not good for health. You can cut into a cube about 1/2 inch thickness and say about 1.5 inch long, but doesn't matter with the shape. Sometimes they're too big for your lip or too small for your lip. You can add more meat. You find a big piece of lean meat next to your berry pork, you don't waste them. You still can cut into small pieces like this one, and you can add on to your wrapping. And this is called bamboo leaf, and the English name, I hope you can read them, and you can get it from the Chinese shop as well. They come in a packet of dry packet. You marinate the meat with light soy sauce, garlic salt, sesame oil, and a special wine called rose wine. I like this flavor, and pepper, as well as the 5 spicy powder you can get from the Chinese shop as well. And don't ask me how much I put, you just have to adjust yourself. And this is the bamboo leaves again. This is a bowl of cut up berry pork in all kind of shape. Don't worry about it. When the time you're doing wrapping up, you can add a little bit more or cut into a smaller piece, because it depends on the shape of the bamboo leaf. I put this is about say 700 grams of meat, a little bit over 1/2 kilo. I put 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce and a great dash of garlic salt and pepper. After I mix them up with the 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, I found it's not quite enough, so I add extra tablespoon, so 3 tablespoons of light soy sauce, and must mix them with light soy sauce, pepper and garlic salt first, and they mix well. Then you can add wine, and then after that you can put 5 spicy powder, and the last thing is put sesame oil. Wine, mix well. I put a tablespoon of wine, and then I mix them well, and then I put about 1 heaped teaspoon of 5 spicy powder and mix well. And then after they're all mixed well, then I put the sesame oil. Always remember, put the sesame oil last, and marinate them, leave them for at least about few hours, say half a day if you want to. Well, after I put the sesame oil, I think I use about 1 teaspoon, at least 1 teaspoon full of sesame oil in it. Doesn't matter with the ingredient, a little bit more or less wouldn't harm, because they go into the rice, and either a little bit more tastier or haven't got enough taste, that's all. And put in the fridge for at least about 2-3 hours, and then now you can have a rest. I put the bamboo leaf into a big saucepan filled with hot water. That makes it quicker to boil until they start until they're boiling, and then you leave it for maybe boil for a couple minutes, and then you turn off the heat and let the soup into the in the saucepan as long as you like. But after, before you're wrapping, of course you have to rinse the dirty water, rinse well with hot water until they're nice and clear. Wrap up Joong ingredient. This is called lapchang. I cut them into half, and this is a sticky rice, and I bought in a loose packet. It's cheaper. 1 kilo only $3.60 instead of $4.80. And this is medium gram rice. Okay, and this is mung bean.
You're moving too fast.
As well as this is peanut. With the sticky rice, I usually use 4 cups of sticky rice plus 1 cup of medium gram rice, and I wash them and rinse them properly, and then I put let me think, and I will I'll show you a little bit later. This is 1 kilo of sticky rice. about approximately 9 cups of rice, and I mix in with 2 cups or a little bit more, 2 and a little bit more, those medium grain rice, and rinse them well about 3-4 times, and let about 1/2 inch of water above the rice, and let it soak. And then I will put 3 teaspoonfuls of salt and 1/4 cup of oil. And now I put the oil, about 1/4 cup of oil into the rice, and I have to stir them too. With the mung bean, it's 1 kilo, washed and rinsed well about 4-5 times because it's quite yellowish color. And I mix 2 teaspoons of salt, heap teaspoon, whatever you like, and then I put about 2 tablespoonfuls of oil and also mix well. I mix this ingredient well, and then I cut up the sausage then. And the reason why I do it, because I give more time for the sticky rice to soak into the water, and say about half an hour time, the water level will be done, and you find the rice swelling, and you wouldn't see the water. And when you that will save time for cooking later on. Stop. This is a boiled Joong leaves, and you can see the water is very dirty and yellowish color. I must rinse them well and have to wash them at least about, as long as you think the water is quite clear before you can start wrapping. And that will give the sticky rice, at least by the time you do all the procedure, the sticky rice will be at least half an hour later before you can start wrapping, and that gives time for them to swell up. Now about half an hour later, you can see the water is gone, but you still can see water in there, but that is fine. So every time you want to put the rice into the Joong leaf, you must get the wet one, not get the top dry one, because that way can keep the rice moist. And this is the Joong leaf, and they got 2 faces. One is a smooth one and one is a rough one. You must use the smooth one. Wrap inside, the rice have to go in. First of all, you fold them in. Now I try to get a big piece of Joong leaf, and the smooth size is here, and I fold them in half, and after that I get about 1/3 of them, bend them, so that will become a pocket, right? And then I make sure I get the wet rice, the one inside the water, about a tablespoonful or a little bit, and then after that mung bean, and then a piece of lapchang, and a piece of meat there, and go back here, another tablespoonful of mung bean or a bit more to try to cover up the meat, because your guy like more mung bean. And now another tablespoonful of rice. Just spread them gently. Mày không mày chè. It's on. It's on now. Oh, now you find another piece of another big piece of leaf, and wrap them around the sides here, or of course the smooth sides inside, and then you hold that, squeeze them, and fold about same thing, about inch, and like that, and which is very easy for you people to remember how to do it. By the time you shape them like that, it's already pillow, and make sure you let them smooth on your arm until they settle. And then you find the level of the rice on top, you just bend them into half again, and you find a little bit over there, that's fine. And you use the string, leave at least about a foot long here, so for your typing them, and come back round 2 times, and then come back here, and then round the bottom two times like that, and turn them around, and then give them a twist, and go over here and give them another round, and then twist and come back here. And now this is the way why I need that about inch. Actually